What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day, and I hope everybody's ready for CPI tomorrow. We are about to have some craziness entering the markets, and there's only one way to play that without having the risk of getting wiped out, all right, which is a strangle, all right? And I say the risk of getting wiped out because you have a day like this again, and you are screwed on the put side, all right? Your calls, yeah, they're going up hundreds of percents. All right, but the puts, no, the puts are absolutely getting demolished. All right, they're getting demolished. Now I will say, guys, I am out of all puts. All right, so the half of my desired 390 SPY put position for January 20, I actually did end up taking profits on that, and that is just because we are overwhelmingly bullish, and I realized, like, hey, I have no idea what's going to happen here. The charts are leaning in a bullish favor. All right. And I say that because, like, look at your daily time frame. Look where you are. You're all the way right here. But I also want you guys to come and look over at this. All right. I think this might be what we have in store. All right. I don't know. Like, history never repeats itself, but it rhymes. It often rhymes. I think this is exactly the type of setup we got going on here. All right. So we come down here to CCI. Look, you came all the way down to almost that oversold territory. You started hinging back up. A little fake out right there. You had a big ass day. I think this is a potential off of the CPI day. We have the expectations are they are high, so it's actually like really easy to miss this, I believe. But I still think somehow the market will end up having a positive reaction to this. But again, I don't have a crystal ball, which is why I'm doing what I'm doing with the strangle. All right, which. I sold the 21.5. I think they were 21.5. They were 21 puts, I believe. Yeah, I sold the 21 puts literally on this. I could show you the exact bar right here on that bar right there. And that was just because real quick in the moment, I was like, holy crap. Like, charts are suggesting upside. All right, I have no crystal ball. I played this game before, the gambling game on, just kind of holding through these catalysts. Like, we are at the top, but there still is a lot of pain that can be had. And, like, honestly, guys, the 390 puts, guys, all right, those SPYs, they can get absolutely demolished. All right, they can get absolutely demolished if we start moving back up. And yeah, I was up a decent amount of them. I had no reason not to take profits. But also on that put side of the strangle, and then I re-added, or I didn't re-add, but then I added the 20.5 puts because those matched the price of the calls I already had. And then I also added to the call, so now I have more overall. But yeah, all in all, guys, I am excited to have to not worry about what takes place tomorrow morning. I hope we do end up gapping up massively, or we end up having a day like that, or a day like that. I really hope that is the case. Like, if you get one of these guys, holy sweet baby Jesus, I don't think that's going to be the case. But I do think you are going to get a move. Just personally, this would make perfect sense to me with how the charts are setting up for FOMC. Just got to move back up here to the 400 to 402 area. Top out maybe at this trend line up here. You come up and push 405, 404 to 405. I don't know. Okay, no crystal ball. That's what I'm saying. But what I will say is I will be adding my puts back when I see fit. What did I just do? What did I just do, guys? How did this even happen? Why is we pull this up? Yo, guys, what did I do? I don't even know. What the flipping flopping did I just do, dude? Hey, it's back. It's back, guys. It's back. We're all in the clear. All right. So with all of that out of the way, pretty much discussing what we are in store, what we have in store for us over the next 2 trading sessions, slash honestly into the end of the week. But yeah, so now with that out of the way, let's just go over the technicals, and we could talk a little more about what we just did at the end of the video. And then we can touch up on Mara because I did make my first purchase on Mara. We're actually going to talk a little bit about Mr. VIX here, because holy cow, you guys saw what happened there, and you guys also see what's happening right here with SPY and SPX. Next 2 trading sessions, guys. What happens in the next 2 trading sessions? We have 1 trading session that's CPI. We have 2 trading sessions FOMC, guys, and now you have big money loading up on puts. This is going to be exciting. I am so freaking excited. But yeah, I am making sure I do not jump the gun here because I clearly see that, hey guys, if we get a day like this, a lot of pain. Whereas, like, I can have the CPI strangle right now, All right. And then maybe we end up like, even if we go down and like the puts would have gone up massively, those 390 puts, maybe they go back over $1,100. I just got to sell for right under $1,000 there on them. Decent gain right there. Not too big, not too small though. But all in all, like maybe they end up going to $1,100. Well, hey, now I still made money on the CPI strangle, which allows me to cushion that. Now I will say the CPI strangle isn't that big. But either way, it's that little peace of mind in my mind, at least it's acting as that little peace of mind. Like, hey, even if it does go down, at least you didn't miss out. All right. At least, like, yes, you wouldn't have made the massive amount of money you already would have, with those puts, but hey, you got this little, like, you don't have to sit there chasing it because it's like you're just buying the puts. Either way, I'm waiting for confirmation to see what happens. And that's the purpose of the CPI strangle / FOMC strangle. Like, my plan for this is if we go up tomorrow on CPI, I'm going to sell the call side, guys. If we have a day like this, I'm selling the call side and I'm going to ride the put side. And then I'm also going to, like, I'm going to have that extra call money. And I mean, listen, here's how how I have been using my account. Okay, my account right now is sitting just above $30,000, 35 give or take. I've been only using half my account. No matter what my account is at, I've been making sure to only use half, and that's just because, hey guys, I know given time I will be right. But in the event that, like, somehow I'm not right, which I'm just going to say right now, all right, given enough time, no, guys, I am extremely confident that I will be right given time, all right? And honestly, I think I've been handling this trade up here pretty dang well so far. We did end up nailing that, and we got to take profits on that. Now, I did miss this day, or maybe this day. I forgot which day it was. I think it was one of these 2 days. But either way, it still ended up working out, okay? But in the event it does decide to grind back up, all right, you don't want to be in the broke house, guys. You don't want to be sitting there knowing, like, hey, now we're like right by the top now, okay? Like, say you come up with this SPX trend line, you're like all in down here, and now you're down 40% on your puts. You're like, you got the gut phase, dude. You got the gut phase, like when the guy was losing $50,000 in Robinhood or something like that, or it was like $100,000. It was like this meme back in the day. Like 1 to 2 years ago, I guess not back in the day. Either way, you'll have that face. You'll just be watching you get obliterated, and you have no money left over to do anything about it, which means, like, yeah, maybe you go back down here. Well, not maybe. Now you'll be going back down here, and now you're like near break even, but now you just know you suffered all of that pain for absolutely no reason, all right? And when you have pain, it brings bad decisions, which means, like, hey, if you had another half of your account there, so let's say now you have 30K total, now you have 15K on the sidelines, now you're up here. Well, guys, now you get to buy more puts, all right? And I'm still not saying, hey, don't go all in, but now let's say you put $5,000 up in puts here. Well, now by the time you get back down here, boom, you're up a lot more, all right? And boom, you took advantage of that opportunity, and then boom, you still get to ride out all of this with a way better entry because you had, well, not way better, but you added, so your average got better. But all I'm saying, guys, is don't put yourself in a situation where you're just watching yourself get obliterated. It is not a good feeling. I've been there many times, and it is not fun. All right, everything I do here is to make money, and honestly, just keep growing the skill set. But all in all, like, me doing that has showed me ways not to get obliterated. All right, so there's that. Not advice, all right? Not a financial advisor, but I'm just speaking through my experience here, guys. There's no point in putting yourself in that sitch, all right? But yeah, also keep in mind, guys, look at this setup. Look at this setup, all right? Look at it. This is absolutely sexy, okay? You come over to Mr. VIX. Look what is happening on Mr. VIX, all right? You come over here. We are finally shooting up. And as you saw right here, we shot up and we stalled out. Maybe we have something like this in store for a week or two where we grind out, and then we continue back up. I don't know. Okay, I have no idea. But it would make sense to do that, considering you do have your oscillators already here. And the last time you reached over here, you literally started stalling out. This could be our CPI day. That could be our FOMC. I don't know. I have no idea. I actually have no idea now what I'm talking about. I have no crystal ball. All right, we will stick to with the charts and what the charts are currently telling us. All right. So yeah. All right. So, by the way, I just want to say, guys, yes, we do have the weekly setup looking like how it is right here. But at the same time, like, I fully acknowledge you can go either way on these catalysts. Okay, CPI, they're setting it up really easy to be a miss. All right, for a hot CPI to come in, just like that PPI came in hot, but not too hot, and the market just kind of shrugged it off until the end of the day, and then we ended up, doing that. But all in all, guys, like, straight up, the charts are set up to go either way. All right. And like long term, by that I mean the next like 48 weeks, guys, we are coming back down to lows. Probably gonna come down into this zone. But for now, for this week, yes, guys, look at where our stochastic is at. All right. And yeah, we can grind down here for a while, but that's why I say it's probably going to be something like this where we get a fake out move like that. All right. I am not being faked out by the fact that we're up here, guys. I don't think we're going to push back up and break that trend line. So that is going to be a guaranteed short for me no matter what. All right. How I'm looking at this, I don't know if I already told you guys in this video, but I am looking at these entries right here. First entry. All right. Going to be right here at this golden pocket, which is also going to align with hitting this. All right. So 400 to 402. If we hit those, I'm in there. All right. If we hit like, I mean, 400 is going to be a psych level. So maybe I'll start adding 399 to, we'll say 399 to 402, just because, like, hey, I'm conservative, guys. I always have the fear of missing out, and I try and control that to the best of my abilities by doing what I do. All right. But that's how I would do that. So first entry right there, bottom of golden pocket / like hitting that trend line. There's there. All right. But let's say you also hit this 200 MA. There's your 2/3 of your buy. Okay. So there's your second buy. You come back up here and you hit this trend line. Guaranteed, that is when you establish the full put position, and you are very likely going to be headed down. All right. If we do end up getting that, let's say we get an explosive move tomorrow, that will be enough to bring this CCI straight up here. All right. And give it a lot more room to come back down for FOMC. So that is what I'm looking at, just so you guys know. All right. That is an inside look at Henry's trade plan right there for this week. But yeah, let's go over the actual technicals. All right. I know we just did a lot of talking, but let's actually just go over everything. We'll start off obviously with the weekly time frame. I just want everyone to keep this in mind, guys. Look at where we are. All right. Look at where DIA is. Okay. You can grind up here. You could do something a little like that, but at the same time, you guys do know where SPX is. All right. Where SPY is. QQ came pretty dang close to hitting that trend line. Maybe we do end up having a wicked day, and QQ also comes up and hits a trend line. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. But, I think we are going to see some upside. But just keep in mind, guys, look at where the charts are. You have DXOI all the way down here with the bullish divergence on your daily time frame. We'll look at that later. And then you have Mr. VIX. Look at that. Broke out from your falling wedge. You even had a gap up. That is because so much fear was just over the weekend, just coming out and about. They're like, hey, people are loading up a puts. This thing gapped right up. People had their put orders already in. That is what moved this bad boy. All right. And their sell orders on the calls already in. You already had your stochastic crossing up last week. And now we have this. That's sexy. All right. That's sexy. All right. And again, keep in mind where DIA is. Keep in mind where SPX just hit its trend line. All right. So there's that. All right. But going over the daily time frame. All right. SPX currently just has a nothing. It has a nothing candle. We have low volume, but keep in mind, I'm recording this right now. It's 1:18 p.m. because I have to go to work. So I will not be here right before market close. So I will not be able to give you that update, but I am giving you this update. So that's that. But all in all, guys, you have an indecision day going on here. You have the same thing on SPY. You have that doji candlestick. You have a very nice doji candlestick here on QQ. DIA, you do not have that. IWM, what do we got? We have the doji candlestick there. What is happening on Mr. VIX? You have the doji after gapping up, and that leaves this gap. So I will actually mark that for us. We will make that green. Let's go like that. What was that? So the high was 23.21. 23.21. Got right there. So that is the gap that I will be watching. Now, honestly, I think a likely scenario is that, and again, it goes with what I just said, how we could be going up on CPI. The charts are set up to rally into CPI. But also keep in mind, you do have this sell signal on Mr. VIX and SPX. For the S&P 500 over the next trading sessions. So that's something to take in consideration last time. But again, keep in mind what I told you guys last time. We gapped up here, and there we go. We grinded out. It's literally just what I told you. All right. But yeah, all right. Likely scenario, in my opinion, is we come back and fill that gap, and then we end up taking off from there. Maybe we come a little lower than that gap on CPI tomorrow. But either way, you guys see what is happening right here. Big money is loading puts. All right. And that is literally all this is showing is big money is loading puts. And as we're rallying here on SPY, VIX is not going down. All right. It is not. All right. You have these two green candles there. It's again another example. Hey, VIX is rallying when SPY is rallying. Guys, big money is doing something behind the scenes, and I am catching this shit. All right. Maybe you guys don't all know how to catch this, but that's what we're doing here on the channel. All right. I'm here for you. All right. This is just kind of, this is all my experience just put into each and every video here. So I really do hope it is useful. It has definitely been useful in my financial life. All right. So I hope it is for everybody else. And I hope, honestly, I hope you guys are learning, because straight up, that's really all it is about. I want it's just, guys, by the time I get up to like 5,000 people, all right, I want to, like, I want these people to consist of like, hey, we're all rich. We all made money together. Good. Booyah. All right. Like, straight up, that's really the goal here. And I firmly believe, hey, guys, someone just trades with us here on this channel, and not financial advice, but I show you guys what I do here on this channel. And like, if someone just mimics it, like, dude, no, you're popping off. All right. And I'm not saying for anybody to mimic it. Please don't. All right. You'll lose all your money. I won't lose all my money, but you'll lose all of yours. But yeah, all right. So daily time frames, all in all, you have your oscillators up here on Mr. VIX, all right, and SPY is all the way down here, which again, it's just another factor suggesting a rally. Coming over to the 4-hour time frame. Now you are kind of in that middle area right here, right where you turned off last time. Also making that lower low, which tells me, hey guys, someone is holding down the SPY. Okay, let's see if that's happening on QQ. So it's happening all around. I say that because, guys, the CCI, all it is the average of all buying and selling pressure over all time periods on this ticker. Okay, so all periods in time on this specific ticker, that specific amount of buying and selling pressure that has taken place, this is what it would have done. It would have brought us back up to this high, but someone's holding you down, all right? Which means like they're going to let the foot off the lion's neck at some point, and you are going to likely rally, all right? But again, keep in mind, we do have that sell signal on the VIX over the next 2 trading sessions, and we have 2 catalysts over the next trading sessions. So either one of those can be the day. And I do think it's going to be Wednesday, FOMC Wednesday. All right. But yeah, you do have your stochastic starting to cross down right there. And that's why I'm in a strangle. I have no idea where we're going to go into this. All right. But I know there's volatility, and I will be playing that volatility. But yeah, over on SPX, you are all the way down here. And again, this isn't even like, hey, SPX is even better set up to rally. You have obviously the same exact daily setup, but you now have you have your oscillators just literally sitting here. And let's look at the hourly time frame. Now, maybe you end up having a fall into the end of the day. That puts your hourly oscillator, your CCI, your oscillators down here, RSI, stochastic. And then, hey, we get some nice room to run into that. But again, I mean, if it's a beat tomorrow, all right, then yeah, this thing's going to gap up, guys. All right. It doesn't matter what the charts are saying. This thing is going to go berserker because there's so many algos just set to buy or sell off of that CPI report and PPI report and all these reports that, hey, some crazy shit is going to happen just like in 1 minute, just like we saw on the last CPI report. You're going to see in pre-market, SPY and QQ, just like it's going to look like this, except on the 1 minute chart. And you're going to have like a 3% 1 minute candle. I don't know. All right. Or a 3% minus 3% 1 minute candle. I don't know. All right. But that's what I'm expecting. I don't think that really matters about the charts. I think it's going to matter about that data. Okay. This is something I will fully admit, guys, like charts do set up for the news. All right. But with catalysts like these, like, yeah, guys, if you have it doesn't have to follow the chart because, hey, it happens all so quick that it will make the chart do whatever the freak it wants in that moment. All right. So there's that. All right. But yeah, looking at the 4-hour charts, you come over here to the VIX and you have this. Now, I will say right now, this didn't form a bearish divergence, which leads me to believe VIX is not done. All right. It is not done. And holy crap. We're just continuously pushing up all day here on Vista VIX, which means people are loading up for tomorrow's CPI report, which means, holy crap, we can get a massive short squeeze tomorrow. Massive. That would be the perfect shakeout to what is going on right here on Mr. VIX. What Mr. VIX is showing us. And all this is telling us, guys, if this is rallying when S&P 500 is rallying, you got big money loading up puts. VIX goes up when puts are bought and calls are sold. That's exactly what we have going on right now as we rally on the SPY, which is just, that's a beautiful sight. Beautiful sight, which means so many people are obviously buying puts here that like, hey, there's a lot of rocket fuel tomorrow is what I'm getting at. And a lot of puts would be scared out of their money / lose all of their money tomorrow. And then boom, the market makers, the dealers would not have to pay out nearly as many people if they drop it on FOMC. So yeah, that's just my thinking there. All right, just my thinking. But yeah, looking at the 1 hour time frame over here, do we have anything on Mr. VIX? We do have, yeah, we have this bearish divergence on the 1 hour time frame here on Mr. VIX, which again supports what I was just saying. You come over here to SPX. Yeah, no, you're kind of just chilling here on SPY and SPX here. 1 hour, I mean, it tells us when there's divergences, the 1 hour is very useful. But all in all, like, I really do think the 4 hour is, I look at that as the 4 hour and the daily are my bread and butter. And it's just because they have not failed me. This 4 hour time frame is so sexy. All right, guys. So I think that is pretty much it. I told you guys we would look at this. Just know, like, hey guys, as all this is happening, the dollar is about to shoot up. All right, VIX is about to shoot up. Well, it's going to continue shooting up. And yeah, SPY and QQ are set to absolutely die back down to lows. All right. So yeah, I think that is pretty much it. We could look at Mara. So I did buy the first $5,000 of Mara today. I bought them all right at 5. I had my order set. Yeah, guys, I'm like really liking the fact that, hey, no matter what happens, guys, Mara's gonna rally when all this is over. And like, I'm gonna make some big bucks. All right. I haven't even gotten close to establishing the full position, but today was the start. And I told you guys this in yesterday's video, and just look at where we are, guys. Just look at this bad boy. All right. Like, we are so freaking like, dude, this is just so, it died, dude. It died. Look at it. It ran to $20 not too long ago. All right. This exact thing is going to take place, guys. I shit you not. This thing right here, what we're seeing, this is going to take place. So just like just imagine being able to capitalize on that, on the best possible entry. Last time I started entering around $10, I bought like the first part of my position, most of that position, and I only had a little money to buy in down here. Well, now it's the opposite, guys. I've learned patience between here and here. I have learned a new level of patience. All right. And that I'm very happy about. All right, guys. So with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video. I hope this was a nice little video we got going on here. I know it's not the end of the day update like maybe some of you wanted, but I don't think charts are going to be changing much going into the end of the day. And we really did cover everything that can happen here in this video. And honestly, I covered how somebody could just play the crap out of this thing with the strangle without like having that stress of like, hey, holy crap, do I lose all my money tomorrow, or do I like, make like 5, 10x tomorrow? I don't know. All right. And I will say the strangle caps your gains so much. All right. But it is a way to consistently make a lot of money. All right. So yeah, with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.